You do bad by
I'm
yourself,
a
fuck
anyway,
nigga.
green ass nigga.
You ain't getting a nigga no ring, nigga.
Nigga took it to the championship, AFC championship one time. Think he the shit. What you think you is, boy?
I want to smoke on Ramsey,
There you
bro.
go.
Fuck that nigga.
Light the J on that boy shit, man. Light the J on that boy shit. Yeah, he done. He a done daughter.
Fuck that nigga, man.
He a done daughter.
Fuck you, nigga.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Observant Lineman. I am your Observant Lineman, Uche Nwaneri. And as you can see, the Jalen Ramsey revolt has begun in the city of Duval. The people are not happy with Jalen Ramsey and his request to leave Jacksonville via trade. Now, as everyone knows, there was a bit of a issue between head coach Doug Marrone and Jalen Ramsey on the sideline during the first quarter of the Jags-Texans game. I've already made my thoughts known about that and how I feel about his behavior and how he acted. Didn't approve of it. But again, I understand those things do happen on the sideline. I've witnessed it firsthand myself. So not something that I'm going to, damn him by. But at the same time, we have an article here on ESPN. Jalen Ramsey says he wants to play versus the Titans if I'm still here. So I have a bit of an issue with this. When you go that distance and when you say, I want out, you have forfeited any benefit as a player to be given the opportunity to go out on the field for a couple of reasons. One, we don't want you to be sabotaging the team come game day. Two, you haven't earned that right. Matter of fact, you may have completely discarded that right to play on the field, to be a part of that 53-man roster. And, in my opinion, if the Jaguars are completely set on trading Jalen, then he should not touch the field on Thursday. He shouldn't touch it. So let's go through this article. Let's check out what Michael DeRocco has written here. And Michael DeRocco is a good guy. He's a good, fair journalist. I knew him when I was in Jacksonville myself. So I would presume that he is going to give a very unbiased look and a very straightforward very straightforward article in regards to this situation with Jalen Ramsey that is brewing up in Jacksonville. Jalen Ramsey wants to be traded, but also wants to play on Thursday night if he's still a member of the Jaguars. What the cornerback says he doesn't want is to be a distraction. That was Ramsey's main point in the nearly 16-minute news conference on Tuesday. He dodged answering questions about why he wants to be traded, what precipitated his request, and what, if anything, could keep him in Jacksonville. But he said he had hoped nobody outside of the Jaguars management and his close associates would learn of his desire to be traded from the team that drafted him 5th overall in 2016. Now, there I have a little bit of an issue. Like, come on, dude. If that's how you felt, you shouldn't have said a damn word, because anybody you tell it to is leaking it. That's big information right there. Anybody you tell that to is leaking that information. So why are you surprised now that it's out there for the public and now you're getting the backlash from the city? They don't want you there no more. So if you had any reservations and any second thoughts after the initial emotional reaction that you had asking for a trade, then that is null and void at this point as far as the fans of Jacksonville are concerned. So he goes on to say here, let's be clear about something in regards to that. I didn't leak that information, Ramsey said. Me and my agent, we are not the ones who leaked that information. And I was very strict about that because I did not want it to get out. I didn't want to be a distraction. I didn't want everybody asking my teammates all types of questions throughout the week. So let me be real clear about that. We'll finish it for him. Now, again, I say if you felt that way, if you know you're an emotional person. He has a very emotional player. His reactions usually are more attributed to his emotions at the time rather than the common sense that's going on inside his brain that would allow him to have second thoughts as he recollects on, wanting to be traded. 24 hours later, he's probably not feeling exactly the same way, but it's too late because you told people and now they have let it out to the media and leaked it to the media. So you're stuck. That's your fault. Next time, learn to shut your mouth. Learn to hold your emotions in check. Learn to turn the page, as we're all taught in football when things aren't going your way, rather than reacting like a little man baby. Me and my team, it's not your team anymore. We was not the one that leaked that information because I thought about my teammates. No, you didn't think about your teammates because you told other people that you wanted to be traded and they leaked it to the media. I thought about stuff like that. So y'all need to ask the other side or whoever. That makes no sense. That's just filler talk for whatever the hell he's trying to say. The Jags host Tennessee, which is funny because Tennessee is a team that in a podcast, Jalen Ramsey actually made note that he would love to play for the Tennessee Titans. But we all know that that's not going to happen. There's no way in hell Jacksonville trades him to an in-division rival so that they have to face him in 6-7 weeks from now. No way in hell. Jaguars, if they're even considering trading him, which is 50-50 at that, they will not be trading him to anyone in the AFC South. That is a 100% guarantee. So we'll skip through a lot of that because we don't really care about what's going on with. They got a game this week against the Titans. We see that. So it says here, Ramsey said the last thing his teammates needed in this short week was to be peppered with questions about his unhappiness with his role in the defensive scheme, his relationship with head coach Doug Marrone and defense coordinator Todd Wash. The organization's decision not to offer him a contract extension this year, and his sideline shouting match Sunday with Marrone. That hope was trashed the moment the news that Ramsey wanted out of Jacksonville leaked on Monday evening. Like I said, Ramsey did, however, have a few other things to say. He wants to play against the Titans on Thursday if he's still there, and if he were not active for the game, he would support the hell out of his teammates. As long as I'm a part of this team, that's all you're going to get out of me. So that right there is a little bit, if you read into what he's saying there, he's beginning to have second thoughts about making that statement, which, of course, that's what happens when you run off at the mouth because of your emotions, instead of letting your emotions calm and simmer down and then start thinking, and then you begin to think rationally about the consequences of any outlandish remarks you may say while you're in an emotional state. So that right there just shows me a little bit into his psyche that he's really not so 100% locked in about this trade situation. But as we all know, once you say it and once it's out there, can't take it back. Some of his teammates voiced their opinion on Tuesday, saying they hope Ramsey stays on the team. I hope and pray that they don't trade his ass and that he stays here the whole time, linebacker Miles Jack said, another player who's been having an issue with controlling his emotions. I hope he stays here through his 5th year and they tag him and he stays here forever. But that's not my choice. We'll see what the front office does. Yeah, I joke with him all the time about it, saying that you're going to be a Jaguar forever and blase, blase. That's something that's going on with him. That's their thing over there. Me personally, I want him to stay here forever. Ramsey said he's in a good place mentally and has nothing negative to say about nobody around here in this building. I have really good relationships with tons of people around this building. He wants people to know that he has no hard feelings towards the city and the fans. I love Duval. The city embraced me. The fans embraced me since I've been here. I love the city. I love the fans, man. Ever since I got here in Jacksonville, since I was drafted here, I've done nothing but give the city my all. I think everybody knows that. I think everybody, for the most part, knows what's up. So I don't really too much want to speak on it and give no detail, Ramsey said. I'm going to let God do his work. I'm going to let my agent do his work. Everybody is going to work it out, and I'm going to focus on what I can focus on right now. And right now, that's being a good teammate still while I'm here, get ready for the game, supporting my guys, and just being Jalen, man, at the end of the day. All right, so that's a little bit choppy to get through there because of some clear grammatical errors in his speech. But, you know, at the end of the day, Jalen Ramsey is an elite level talent at cornerback, and there are plenty of teams that would love to have him. There are rumors right now that the Eagles are in discussions to try and see what they can work out. But I think for the people that know him, and I don't know him, never met him, but I've met and known the exact kind of player that he is while I was playing in Jacksonville. Guys who are emotional, guys who don't, guys who kind of spew off at the mouth when they get into those emotional states, those kind of raging states. A lot of times they say things just because of, that's how they feel in the moment. And a lot of times they don't really mean it. But as we all know, there's consequences for the things you say. And he may very well have put himself in a bit of a bind in trying to backpedal out of this. We'll see how it plays out, and we'll keep you updated on the events as they unfold. I personally would love to see him stay in Jacksonville, but I also understand that there is a bit of posturing that has to go on for that to happen, because really right now, Jacksonville is in a bit of a bind in the front office just because of what he said. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you updated. Hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to The Observant Lineman. Check me out on Patreon. I'm now a Patreon member, and you can go on there and donate money if you're feeling generous. That will help add to the future projects that I'll be getting set up for the Observant Lineman channel and the Observant Lineman podcast. But yes, that is the story from for Jalen Ramsey at the moment. We'll see how it plays out. But I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.